The Manhattan Project, an APUSH production. The year is 1939 in Nazi Germany. Otto Hahn and Fritz Stogmann are hard at work in their lab.
According to my calculations, if a neutron hits a uranium nucleus, then there will be an extraordinary amount of energy released.
And by my calculations, the element barium will be released as a byproduct. We can call it nuclear fission.
I agree. I like that name.
After the Nazis' discovery, Leo Szilard decided to confront Albert Einstein to see what they should
Dr.
do.
Einstein. I'm here to talk to you about the atomic bomb.
Right this way, Mr. Slazad.
So, Dr. Einstein, I'm worried about these Nazis. They're harnessing the power of the atomic bomb, and the Americans don't seem interested enough to harness its power.
I see your point. I think we should send a letter to the Belgian Queen, who has a lot of high-grade uranium in her country, so you can keep away from the Nazis and warn her of this problem.
Yeah, I think we should do that. Also, we should send a letter to the president through a friend.
Okay, how long do you think this letter should be?
I think it should be very extensive, and we should cover every single detail.
I think perhaps a shorter letter, 2 pages perhaps, covering the main points would be preferable.
Okay, that could work.
Okay. Mr. Slazad.
Thank you. I'll get this to the president as soon as possible.
Gentlemen, in my hands, I have a letter from Albert Einstein. This letter entails the possibility of Nazis developing an atomic weapon.
No, I don't think this will work.
Whether or not you think it is possible, Mr. Marshall, I want you to lead a team to start developing our own atomic weapon.
Okay, I guess.
After doing a terrible job, George Marshall was replaced by Leslie Groves.
You're fired! Ah!
Hello, Mr. Groves.
Hello, Dr. Oppenheimer. So, I'd like you to help me design a bomb for the federal government.
Of course, I'd love to. I'm very good at making bombs.
Great. Could you help me recruit some more scientists to help out?
Okay.
Alright, thanks for meeting me.
Albert Oppenheimer traveled around the nation, recruiting our top scientists to help him with his Manhattan Project. He recruited top chemists, as well as the top physicists. But the most important recruit was a man named Enrico Fermi. Enrico Fermi was a physicist from the University of Chicago. His job was to stabilize nuclear fission.
Haha! I've done it!
Oh, hello, Dr. Fermi.
Hello, sir.
So, Dr. Fermi, how would you like to build a bomb for the federal government?
Sounds cool. How would you like it to work?
Well, it works using the principle of nuclear fission. We're thinking about using the element uranium.
Wow, that's a good idea. You know, I just discovered this element called plutonium. It might work even better than uranium.
Oh, really? That's great.
We'll need to build some reactors to get enough plutonium for a bomb.
Oh, don't worry. We already have some built.
Cool.
Dr. Fermi immediately went to work in his laboratory to see if he and his counterparts could discover a way to control a nuclear reaction.
Fermi, look, the results for our nuclear fission test are in.
It worked! It actually worked! I knew those rods of cadmium would be enough to slow the reaction of the neutronium neutrons. This will finally enable us to make the atom bomb. I was scared. We all were. We could have blown up half of Chicago. Go call Director James Corden immediately.
Yes, sir, right away.
Hello, this is James Conan, Director of the National Defense Research Committee.
Sir, the Italian navigator has landed in the New World.
This is the code for Fermi successfully making a controlled nuclear reaction.
And the natives were friendly?
This was code for whether or not the uranium had stayed controlled and did not have a meltdown.
Yes, very friendly.
Thank you, that's good to hear.
We know how to make an atomic bomb. How do we decide who to drop it on?
I think I have an idea.
Groves, this is a serious decision. Best 2 out of 3.
Best 5 out of 9. It's tied. Best 251 out of 500.
So Japan it is.
Works for me.
In the Southwest, the United States government started creating factories and reactors to start developing the atomic weapon.
So I heard there were some factory jobs available here, and I was wondering if I could apply.
Yeah, sure. You can start next week. We can always use more workers.
Great. So what would I be doing?
You'd be working in a factory.
Well, yeah, I know that. But what would the factory be for?
We can't tell you that. All we ask for is an honest day's work.
All right.
See you next week.
Great.
Mr. Groves, we have some new bomb designs for you. This first design here is based on the sleek design of shock. It will inspire fear in any who behold it.
It's too flashy.
If you say so.
This design is a more modest grenade.
Looks too generic.
Well, we had this one on the back burner, but both not our first choice.
I like that one. That's the best one I've ever seen.
There was very high security around the reactors. On April 12, 1945, FDR, the American president, passed away.
It's too bad that Mr. Roosevelt died, and so close to the end of the war, too. But congratulations, Truman. You're now the President of the United States of America.
Thanks,
What
Mr.
do
Dewey.
you have him today?
Oh, you know, the usual.
Okay.
Here's to victory in Europe and the fall of the Nazis.
I'll agree to that. I always say I got the dang Japs to deal with.
Don't worry. I heard the U.S. has something good planned for Japan.
Oh, I'll drink to that.
Another round.
What about this area? Well, no sign of life for miles around. I think it would be good.
So it's settled. We'll use this place. What do they call this place?
Los Alamos, I think.
Cool. It actually worked. Look at all this destruction it did.
Thus, I am death, destroyer of worlds.
Many people saw the explosion from miles away and were very curious to find out what had happened.
Mr. Groves, what exactly caused the explosion?
What explosion are you talking about?
You know, the one at Los Alamos, New Mexico.
Oh, yeah, that one. That was, what was it? Oh, yeah. It was a stockpile of ammunition explosion.
And the government really expects us to believe that?
Yeah.
Well, alright then.
On the day of the Hiroshima bombing, Truman, Oppenheimer, and Groves patiently waited for news. Gentlemen, is this going to work?
Well, Mr. President, we're actually not 100% sure this is going to work.
You're not sure? We're about to drop an atomic bomb on Japan. How sure are you?
Well, sir, it's about 50-50 odds.
50-50 odds. We need to be sure. Is this going to work?
Should.
Hello? Yeah? Yeah? Alright. It worked! Woo!
Yes!
Drinks on me, boys.
Oh, yeah!
Alright.
Ah, yes.
Here's the end of the war. Woohoo!
So good.
And with that,
The American government decided to shut down the Manhattan Project 2 years after World War II ended, in 1947.
Well, sir, after crunching the numbers, it looks like we're just about done here.
Well, can you tell me what I've been doing all this time?
I still can't tell you that, but what I can tell you is you're fired.
It's too bad that.
Are you kidding us? No, we're not good. Okay.
Oh, no one knows who's asking the
fine.
Robert,
Just
just
wave
wave
your
your hand. Robert, I think it should be you.
Okay, that
What?
was.
I'm not even in the scene.
But it doesn't matter because you could just be like a reporter who's not on camera.
Okay, what am I supposed to say?
I guess I could.
You're just
do
gonna
that.
ask. Okay. What caused the explosion in the middle of the
What
at
caused
the
the explosion,
at
Mr.
Los Alamos?
What's his name?
Gross.
No, I won't say
Mr.
where,
Groves. What was the
because
cause
then
of the
he has to
explosion?
clarify what explosion.
Oh, okay.
I can do it if you just want.
Start this.
He was supposed to put it. He didn't put the camera on. Robert.
Austin, you better just film this.
I
Okay.
see him laughing.
You know better what you're doing.
What we having today?
Oh, you know, the usual.
I got you. So what are you all gonna be having today?
Oh, you know, the usual.
I got you.
Here's to the fall of them Nazis.
Here. I still got them darn Japs to deal with.
No! Oh, you idiot! Fuck! I didn't know he was gonna be that funny! I didn't know you were gonna say that!
Here's to the fall of the Nazis. Should we say here's to victory in Europe?
Oh wait,
And-
we're on the celebrating war though.